The 1931 China floods stand as one of the most catastrophic natural disasters in recorded history, both in terms of human casualties and the widespread devastation they wrought. Occurring between June and August of that year, the floods primarily affected central and eastern China, with major cities such as Wuhan and Nanjing experiencing severe impacts. The disaster was a result of a confluence of natural and human factors, leading to a humanitarian crisis of unprecedented scale. The floods were precipitated by a combination of meteorological and environmental conditions. A particularly harsh winter had left large amounts of snow on the mountains, which melted rapidly in the spring. This was followed by unusually heavy rainfall during the summer months, compounded by several cyclonic events. These factors led to rivers, including the Yangtze, Huai, and Yellow rivers, overflowing their banks. Human factors also played a significant role in exacerbating the disaster. Poor river management and deforestation had weakened natural defenses against flooding. The lack of effective infrastructure to manage water levels meant that once the rivers began to overflow, there was little that could be done to mitigate the impact. The human cost of the 1931 floods was staggering. Estimates of fatalities range from 422,499 to as many as 4 million people. The sheer scale of the disaster overwhelmed local and national authorities, leading to widespread famine and outbreaks of diseases such as cholera and typhoid. Millions were displaced from their homes, forced to seek refuge on higher ground or in makeshift camps. The agricultural heartland of China was particularly hard hit, with approximately 180,000 square kilometers submerged underwater. This devastation led to food shortages that compounded the suffering of those affected. The destruction of crops not only caused immediate hunger, but also had long-term economic impacts on a country already struggling with political instability. The aftermath of the floods highlighted significant weaknesses in China's infrastructure and disaster preparedness. In response, there were efforts to improve flood management systems and river engineering projects in subsequent years. However, these measures took time to implement and were often hampered by limited resources and ongoing political turmoil. The 1931 floods also had broader social implications. They underscored the vulnerability of rural populations to natural disasters and highlighted the urgent need for modernization in agricultural practices and infrastructure development. These lessons would inform future policies aimed at reducing the risk of similar catastrophes. In conclusion, the 1931 China floods were a tragic reminder of nature's power and humanity's vulnerability. The disaster's causes were multifaceted, involving both natural phenomena and human shortcomings in environmental management. Its impact was felt not only in immediate human suffering, but also in long-term economic and social challenges. The lessons learned from this catastrophe continue to resonate today, emphasizing the importance of sustainable development and effective disaster preparedness strategies.